Okay, so we were all rereading the
First 2 chapters.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't here, and then
For almost a week.
A week.
it's not her fault.
It's my parents.
Anyway, so did you find anything like interesting that you missed?
Well,
The first times.
yeah. One thing that I passed is why the person said stay back. It just kept reminding me that it's like they're talking to a wild animal, even though they're all humans.
I felt like page 2. I felt like it was a really there was like a couple pages that I missed like completely because the information on them I didn't know. So I don't know if I missed them or if I was reading it too fast or what. But rereading helps.
Page 1 and page, in like the first chapter, doesn't really explain who Thomas is. So I think for a good story, you need to have also to info about the main character, and I don't think they have that.
Not all books doing that.
I know, but I think they should, so that way you can understand what he's like and what.
Well, that's your opinion.
I totally
only
missed the
thing-
part about Hades. With the cloven hooves.
Yeah, Hades, I don't know.
Since when would he have cloven hooves? Does he have a horse?
What no, in one version of Greek mythology, I know all about Greek mythology.
Yes.
He does have cloven hoofs, and
Good
he's
for
known
you.
as the devil.
Oh, well,
Devil
good
Hades,
for him.
same thing. Relationships.
The thing about the book, how they don't really explain what it is at the beginning, I don't think they really should, because if all books were like that, it would take out the enjoyment of reading them. Because they would all basically start the same way of this is my name, this is how I am, this is my age, where I live, everything. It wouldn't be that interesting.
when I write books, because I like writing things,
Why not? Ever read
I like spreading the information of my character out throughout the book. I don't just explain, oh, she's a teenager and she goes to this school and she lives on this street and she drives a Chevrolet.
Yeah, I just think they should say more about him. I don't think they should totally go out and be
Then you'd be disappointed in the book.
But
I think they should explain more of his parents.
Yes.
Mr. Small and Mrs. Small. They need to explain more about it.
Well,
They just include their names, and they have to describe the twins too.
the twins, they say their names in it.
No, they
But
don't.
yeah, but
they do.
what they're like, what they're
Yeah.
like.
Well, I
They
mean,
don't
from
explain.
what they give, it's they're energetic. They like playing like normal toddlers are.
Those are the toddlers.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Their
they
ages
never
are.
really explained the age, but I'm pretty sure he said his younger brothers. If they're twins, then I imagine they're toddlers.
Or
Do
they're,
they have to?
I imagine they're at least maybe 5.
5, 6 or
Because
less.
he's giving them things made out of wood, like pine wood.
Yeah, you wouldn't really trust that with a 3-year-old.
No.
I listed down a note that says the twins are the twins are probably going to tell Thomas anything that they think is weird, but how are they going to tell him besides wow, charades?
The first time I was
Because if they're toddlers, they probably just can't talk.
So they can sort of talk.
So how are they going to do it?
the first time
How is
I was-
Thomas going to understand?
The first time I was confused, first time I read it on page 3, I was like, it said he had twin brothers. So I'm like, does that mean he's a part of a triplet? Or he has
that's
the
what I
younger
thought
twin
too.
brothers?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's the way it's worded
I
is
thought
really
that at first.
confusing.
Yeah,
So if he's older, then he's not part of a triplet.
Yeah, so move on to how they're going to an underground railroad house. If it were me, I would be extremely excited because I would be spending the whole first month looking through the house trying to find secret doors.
And the next thing you know, if you tell if your parents don't know about it, say you're gonna go do homework, don't bother me. You could just explore the house, find a secret room, put some stuff in there. You could sleep in there. You could have it'd be your little study, but no one would know about it.
Or if you slept in there, then your parents would be like, my child ran away!
Well, if you took a nap. Like not bedtime, but took a nap.
Yeah, but my mom would be extremely happy because I'm always on the iPod doing.
The thing about the secret rooms reminded me of Minecraft story. Specifically because there's this creepy house where someone died in it. It was not that there's someone died in it.
Oh,
in Minecraft
also
story.
it reminded me of
People
Animal Jam because like
I know, but
recently Beatrice discovered like the secret room, like the
secret
forest.
basement thing.
Yeah, so like that also
yeah.
reminded me. It's like
I just
it
heard
also
that
reminded
like
me
months ago.
of what's that book that we read? Like we're like last year in 4th grade.
About the slaves.
Yeah,
Steal away home.
yeah, where like they peeled on the wallpaper and discovered the room with the dead body.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it reminded
like it's like
it's
Minecraft
not that
story
creepy.
mode is like, hey, we have to find secret rooms in this house, but let's walk through a
There's a
painting.
pumpkin. It's white. Woohoo!
Yeah, white pumpkins don't exist. There also is a thing called paint. There
Yeah.
are actually white pumpkins.
Yes.
Now, this is the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's
but
like-
most of them are artificial.
Another thing that I was like is when they first got there, I don't think they were even there for a month. And Thomas asks, does he live in our house? I'm like, yeah, that's a great question to ask when you haven't even been there for a month because it's
Were you
gonna
talking
freak
about
out.
Pluto?
No, they were in the car.
Well, when you get there, it's a great question to ask if you to scare your brothers or your parents or your mom because it's like, you're talking about like this creepy person that just is like hidden in your house that's somewhere in amongst the hidden rooms and it's just like
It's like, hey, what's up?
And so,
Want to go out for dinner? Ah!
okay. So,
Why did you get here?
okay. So, Thomas's dad, he was saying that the house in the car, he was saying it's near a town, but it stands completely alone. So I don't know what you're imagining, but I was imagining it was like on a hill and it was overlooking the town.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I imagine.
it's like some houses
Great
are,
minds think alike.
it's like say we're in Lakewood and Madison and Detroit are obviously the main streets. But what
Big
if
Clifton.
so there are some streets that you could go off of where it's by a town but you're not by other people. It's like a private home, specifically so you don't have people shoot up fireworks, catch your house on fire, things like that.
Whoa, okay.
And they also won't TP your house.
Okay.
So
On page 27, this was rough, like I made a joke about it. Like he's like, I like old people, and I wrote, I like old people too.
that was funny.
Oh God.
It's
What?
yeah.
How long have you been waiting? Like 3 days?
And one other thing that I was really upset about was the dad was saying anyone with a talent to see ghosts is poppycock.
Poppycock. What
But-
is that? What page was that?
Page 22. But that was really annoying me because my house is haunted, and someone who had never been to my house before, they hadn't seen it, they hadn't heard any details about it, knew exactly where the ghosts were. So like if you walked in my front door, my second living room, and then my dining room,
You have a second living room?
it's like
Wait, so first you have a second living room, then you have a living room.
okay.
That makes
So when you walk in the door, if you turn left, there's the living room. But if you
Yeah.
walk ahead, there's the living room and the dining room's behind it. But there's a little, like the house edges out so where the computer is, so that it would, if my wall was flat, the computer would be floating. So the house edges out, and the lady who had never been to my house before was like, where your house edges out, there's a ghost. And she was like, her name was like, I can't remember if she was actually a Ghostbuster.
Hey, gonna come.
But she said he was like from the 1920s. He was an old guy that had been looking for someone but died in the house.
So how does this relate to the book?
Because I'm talking about ghosts.
But you guys are just talking about a ghost in
No,
your
there
house.
are-
Bring it back. Bring it back to the story.
But I thought that it made me mad because my house had been related to
Okay,
someone
back
being able
to the
see
actual
ghosts.
discussion.
What confused me was because when Thomas, he was reading all about this report,
Fine.
and he was telling his dad about this, And why did his dad get so angry he was reading about this?
Because it's just like a really bad thing that happened. Like it was about the Civil War. Like,
So we learned about these things in school. It can't be so bad to read on your own time.
I mean, he was probably mad because he didn't really want his child to know about that when they haven't been there for a while, when they're just getting ready to settle into the house.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, if he tells anyone about it, it'll make him look weird. It'll make their house look like it's like truly haunted, and everyone would probably laugh at that.
that'd be
And his dad's just mad that he keeps trying to look into it, even though he's truly curious.
terrible. That'd be worse. Like it wouldn't even be Thomas's fault, would it?
It would be curiosity that struck him to go try to learn about all these things because he wants to know about it, but his dad doesn't want him to know.
Oh, okay. That's that.
That's a jerk. Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah,
Yes.
curiosity killed the cat.
How did the cat die?
Because he was trying to walk to the other side of the road because he was curious what was on the other side of the road, and then
He got hit by a car.
No, he heard something on the other side of the road.
Let's bring.
He was curious, so he walked across the road, but he didn't see a car coming, and it went splat.
we understand.
We understand.
Okay, I'm done pushing people. Push people, Caitlin.
No, it's my turn.
Okay, then you push
I
people.
want to push people. Okay. So why? So like it says like Thomas has a great grandmother that her gate is painted blue on. Like aren't most gates like just like black and creepy? I mean, why bright blue?
Because it's like really like annoying. Like,
Not all
Favorite
gates are
color.
blue. Like
Like it's a serious one.
depending on what they're made of. If they're made of metal, they could be painted white, or they could just be silver.
Maybe
like
she
metal.
likes her fence blue.
Like, I was just confused about that when I read it though. 'Cause
Maybe she likes her fence blue.
Because I mean, it makes it appear
Something
nicer.
wrong with
It adds it to the house.
I know,
and
but why
that's
would
probably
he have to paint it and not like
Because
his
she's
dad?
old and she doesn't know
No,
how
not
to
like
paint.
her, not like his dad or something, or her.
Because it's good
Thomas-
work for young men to paint things.
The book even
painting.
said Thomas enjoyed painting his grandmother's fence. It's probably because he enjoyed it that he had to do it every year.
Oh,
Well, not that he had to, he just wanted to.
I would enjoy it.
And then he's going to somehow walk over the mountains because it said he was going to walk.
Oh,
And
that's literal.
come back
Not literal.
and paint her fence again every year. Like, it doesn't need to be painted every year.
Why can't you just wait like 5
Well,
years?
It
2
should
years.
be painted every year because depending on how much it rains, the paint will start to peel.
Where do they live? In the mountains?
North
Eh,
Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah.
She
mountains.
lived in a forest, I believe.
North Carolina in the forest.
Yeah,
because
near the
the-
mountains.
And if any sticks rubbed against it, it would probably peel the paint as well. So
What?
also makes it look nicer.
Sticks rubbing against it makes
Sticks and
it.
stones will break my paint.
Sticks and stones will break your bones.
No, my paint.
Bones.
Paint.
Bones.
My bones are made of paint.
I really enjoy how the book's about the Underground Railroad because it makes it that much more railroad. So it makes it that much more interesting because it throws history into a book that you're supposed to be able to enjoy.
But this is actually the title of the book is sort of itself is sort of creepy because it's just like the House of Dies Deer, like
Dies.
like somebody died in it or something.
No, his name was Dies.
Oh.
Dear Dees or something like that.
What can
That's
His
just a
name
really
was
sad-
Dies, and like, why did his mother name this? What have you done?
And his last name's Dreer. That's just kind of ironic to what happened to him.
Seriously, the cover on this book is why is he looking through a window? That's so ominous looking.
It's so
With all covers, it has to look like that. So ominous and creepy.